All right, welcome to our latest Swampcast. Of course, Florida getting ready to play its home opener, an odd one to be sure. Again, rescheduled for noon. A lot of people not going to be able to make it up there. Obviously, we're hoping for the best for everybody. Obviously, people coming from South Florida probably are going right by Gainesville rather than go to the game. And I don't know what the crowd's going to be. It's not going to be a big one, and it could be a little bit of wetness. We'll see how that works out. But you know, again. Whenever you have something like this, people are lives are what really matters. But I'm kind of glad they're playing the game, and I'm glad they're playing it at noon. I think it makes a lot of sense, although nobody checked with Joe Oliva to make sure that it was okay with him. But, you know, they get the game in, and it allows this football team to get another game in, and it also really doesn't put people in danger. You're not going to see people coming from out of town really to come to this game. It's going to have my guess is kind of a spring game kind of crowd.
Yeah, I think so too, Pat. And, you know, like Coach Mack said the other day that, you know, this game maybe will help some people forget about what's going on out there with the storm, stop worrying about it for a few hours and kind of get distracted by it. And I think he's worried about his players being distracted because it's going to be a different atmosphere, you know, not a big crowd. But the bottom line is this is a team that needs to get out there and play a game again because of what they did last week. They've worked on their mistakes. Now they want to find out if any of them are going to be fixed. And there's a lot to worry about.
There is a lot to worry about. I don't know that there isn't anything that I mean, the best part of Florida's game was Johnny Townsend, and even you were questioning whether he was kicking it too far. But
I mean, as fast as those guys were, it was hard to get down there.
Yeah, but you know what? Mac made a good point. A lot of them, they were running down there and then stopping.
Yeah.
You know, remember Chris Thompson got some penalties because he was drilling guys. They'd be better off with that.
Yeah.
But they got a lot.
They were kind of trying to break down instead of just going ahead and attacking.
And I don't know. Never come out of the end zone on a kickoff return. Clearly, you guys can't block it. You haven't blocked it for 3 years. You're not going to block it this year. So don't just stay in there. Put the ball in the 25. I don't understand why they're so bad on kickoff returns. So that's something they got to work on. Obviously, the passing game. And you know, I feel like they coached tight last week.
I feel the same way, Pat.
And they just didn't. They were so consumed with somehow finding a way to win a game. Yeah. Instead of saying, hey, let's just go out there and see who we can be, that I thought they coached tight. So, but the recipe, Robbie, to me is have fun.
Yeah, Pat, when you fear mistakes, turnovers, you lose your creativity on offense. And you saw that in the play calling. It was pedestrian. We knew it was coming half the time. Every second and long you run, the quarterback rolling out and throwing, it doesn't work.
If somebody made a good point, why did they have the right-handed quarterback rolling left and the left-handed quarterback rolling right? See, those are the kind of things I can't explain.
That's the kind of thing Zook would say, well, we were trying to, you know, outthink him.
And it's almost, you brought up the fear of losing. It's almost the Doug Dickey avoid losing
we saw that for years here,
too. But they didn't just go have fun and play football. So hopefully you'll see a little bit of that on Saturday.
Yeah.
And again, go with Felipe. Let him go and let him see what he can do. I mean, if you decided during preseason that was your guy, then make him your guy instead of well, let's see how he does. If he doesn't do great, then we're going to bring in this other guy who clearly can't play.
But clearly, Pat, he has the biggest upside of any of the quarterbacks. It's not even close. And you go back and look at how he played. You know, the two stumbles weren't his fault. And the incomplete passes he had were pretty much on target, but the receivers recovered. So I think you need to give him the ball and let him go play the game. But Mack had said, well, we may play more than one quarterback again. So I think you need to take that pressure off the kid and let him throw. And then the playmaker thing. We've been hearing about playmakers. Get them the ball.
Yeah, well, you know,
or at least try it. The game plan didn't get them involved at all.
I've talked to people that went to some practices that said that they had all these great plays that they've never trotted out there. And I think it goes back to that coaching a little tight, being so worried about turning the ball over, and but then you turn it over 3 times on fumbles, bad fumbles. One gave them a touchdown, one led to a field goal, and then obviously the Franks fumble got him out of the game. Now it was a terrible fumble. He didn't get hit hardly, and certainly nobody got near the ball or it just dropped it.
Yeah.
And you can't be having that kind of stuff happen, but it's not enough reason to get them out. So, look, everybody's down on Florida right now. They're down on the team. They're down on the coaching staff especially. They're down on the head coach. And
Nussmeier especially.
and Nussmeier. And you know, look, people can say all they want about Doug Nussmeier, but it's Jim McElwain's offense. and he's just running what he's told to run.
Yeah, and he has the final say on everything. So
yeah,
it goes to the top.
The bottom line is this team needs to go have a fun day in a bad situation. It is a bad situation. Obviously, we're all scared to death about what could be happening with this hurricane. But everybody just needs to go have fun for a day, and then settle into what's going to happen, and then we'll all regroup.
Yeah,
forget about the football
week.
part. We'll regroup about see if we have roofs and stuff like that. But again, I just think it's fun. It's important for Florida to have some fun because that's why you only get so many opportunities. Right,
oh yeah,
to play football.
There's only 12, and there was no fun had last week at all. So
well, the two DBs had fun.
Yeah, they had a good time for a little bit there.
But again, it comes down to the little things. And again, what was the mantra all through the summer camp? Sweat the small things.
Yeah.
Well, what happens? They miss a field goal. That's a small thing, but you can't miss a field goal.
It was such a momentum killer too.
But they get a holding call on a touchdown run. C.C. Jefferson's got a ball in his hands and drops it. Now again, it wasn't an easy play, but it was a small thing.
But then you've got 3rd and 13, and a guy gets out of his lane on the defensive line. He shoots for 15, 16
guys
yards.
Don't stay in their gaps.
The little thing,
Don't stay in their gaps. Guys, and again, Felipe, we can say it's not his fault because he tripped over a guy, guard or a running back, but he tripped. And those are the small things that you've got to execute way better than you did. Or this is going to be a long season, not in a good way.
No.
But we'll see what happens, and then we'll see what happens the next couple of days after that and see if we're around still. But
hopefully
got a chance.
Not
saying we're going to be, but just saying we got a chance. But we'll see what happens Saturday in the swamp. Hopefully, if you can make it, great. If you don't, I understand. Nobody's going to complain about the crowd size. Until next time, Pat Dooley, Robbie, Andreu of the Gainesville Sun saying so long from the Sunshine State, and I use that term loosely.